Hello everyone, Mystical Mysfit here, and for our first episode, we're going to get started with the tarot reading. The topic of the tarot reading is just going to be what things can we learn from right now, or what should we keep in our focus as we move forward to becoming the best version of ourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. And just to give you a little background on me, the way I like to do tarot, I go ahead and sit down with a client. I begin to shuffle the cards and just have them focus on what they need to hear. What message do you need to hear from your higher self? What do you need to hear from the universe that you haven't been able to hear in the steps that you've taken so far? So if you would, please go ahead and begin to focus on what you need to hear, and we'll continue. Okay, so the first card, we're going to do a traditional 3-card spread for this reading. The second card, and I'll hold them up so you can see them as well. Today's reading is coming from the Da Vinci Enigma Tarot deck, which I really love. It's a lot of Leonardo da Vinci's artwork placed with tarot cards. It's really powerful, and I really like it. So I'll go ahead and get started. Card number 1. Okay, so this first card is the Two of Water, and the word for that card is union. So just to break things down like I do when I meet with clients as well, let's get started with the number. The number 2 represents the yin and the yang, the this and the that, the light and the dark. It's the two parts of yourself that become whole in one being. So you have the duality of the number 2. You have the partnership of the number 2. And then to break down the card even more, you have the element of water. Water has to do with emotion, the energy and motion that flows through you like a current, like a stream, like a river. And for this card, it really magnifies the significance of a union. You have to have a union with yourself before you can have a union with anyone else. And if there's anything as a part of yourself that is holding you back, you have to get rid of it. You have to end that union. You have to allow yourself to be free in order to grow. And as you do that and continue to find your duality and your balance, you'll be able to maneuver things without feeling swayed one way or the other. And then the next card we have is the Two of Air. And for this card, the power word is respect. So again, we have another number 2. We have that duality. We have that balance. And this card is an air card. Air represents your mental plane, your spiritual plane, that higher mental awareness and mental consciousness that we all have the choice to properly exist within. So for this card, you have to have respect of your mind. You have to respect yourself spiritually and mentally enough to not have yourself beaten up by, negative things going on in life. You have to remember to heal yourself. You have to show that respect that you deserve nothing but the best, nothing but uplifting and motivating things in your life. Anything that brings you down, it doesn't have a worth equivalent of what you deserve. So don't even hold on to it, let it go. And find that respect, that mental respect, that spiritual respect, to where you're able to exist in your truth. You're able to be the truth of who you are. You are a person of multi-dimensions. You have different dimensional states of being. But when you bring that all together and balance all the different parts that you exist as, you're able to channel it. And you're able to have that mental focus, that spiritual focus and connection to where your dreams are unlocked, your wishes can come true. And then for the last card, this is one of my favorite cards in any deck, the Magician. I like to use this example. You have the card in most decks is 0, which is the Fool. Just to break down the Fool is the person who has an idea that they want to get something done. They have the idea, they, are like, this is what I really want to do, but they don't put any backing behind it. They don't have the drive to see it to completion. You have the card number 1, right above the 0, which is the Magician. And the Magician is the person who is able to focus their mindset to where they're able to materialize anything that they need, want, desire, require into their reality, because they're magically focused on, I'm going to focus on the things that are good for me. I'm going to focus on what I can do to change my life for the better, what I can do to keep myself from being held back in, the same position in life where I'm not extremely happy, or I feel like I'm settling for certain things, or I'm putting up with people that don't deserve my attention. When you're focused like the Magician, you're able to say what goes in your world. You're able to say how you deal with things. You're able to exude your power to where others, they have a respect for you because you have that respect for yourself. So to go over all the cards that we've gone over, the Two of Water, talking about union emotionally, having that soundness and that peace within you to where you're not riled up emotionally. You're able to have a good connection with yourself, and therefore you're able to have beneficial connections with others. That too is also going to have you balanced to where things that could emotionally bring you down won't, because they don't have to. And then, moving on to the Two of Air, that respect factor for your mental health and your spiritual health. You have to respect it. You have to care for it. You have to protect it. And then, really just being the magician of your life. Having that magic be exuded from your thoughts to your actions to just your existence and what you bring to the universal energy, to the universal consciousness, and the part that you have to play in it, because we all have a part. So I hope this gives you some perspective on how to move forward, some tips, and just helpful little pieces of information that'll get you going to really evolve to this new level that we're being called to evolve to. So again, this is Mystical Mysfit. Thank you for joining us for our first show, and we love having you and hope to see you again soon.